Hello friends, welcome back to the StingyHubby or Pennywise video series. Today, uh, in the last video, we did the Stripe work or integrated Stripe within the application. So right now I have the Excel sheet with my to do for the application. So I'm gonna mark these as done. So we can mark this as done. Then schema update, we have the tables now that have the subscription information. Then we have the environment variables available for us to use. Then we are going to create the checkout portal and webhook that I explained in the last video. Then we have the upgrade and manage buttons. So this is going to be mostly the buttons on the I would say on the preference page for us to see. And then never trust the client to set paid user, only the webhook should set it. Okay, this is some suggestions that ChatGPT gave us to look into clearing that. So okay, I think we are good with that. This one now. The next one we wanted to see was we come back to our email newsletter functionality, and in that now we have email with charts using quick chart API or embedded chart images. So let me go to the email system. Let me bring emails on top and let me open them. And right now, yeah, it's loading. I would search for StingyHubby or Pennywise. And here it's mostly about, yeah, digest at stingyhubby.xyz. Now that is the Pennywise one. Maybe in the future we might update the two from once, and I think that wouldn't be now, that would be in the future when we want to renew. We would not renew StingyHubby anymore, we would renew Pennywise because that's the application name that we would want to go with. Looking at the current requirement that we had, the current requirement was talking about email with charts, use quick chart APIs or embedded chart images in the HTML body. Now this kind of brings us to the idea that we would be expecting within our send digest and send monthly report. Within this we would have the HTML body, so that one is going to be this one, email HTML, and within that we would have our chart. So the HTML content is here, right? We can have the URL chart URL, and we would have the financial chart visible for us. It's an image source, so we are doing that at the current moment within our application. We are having a special HTML tag or paragraph within it, and then we have an image which has a source of the chart URL that we are creating on top. So Control F, Command F. Let's look at the chart URL that we are creating. Let me do this. Yeah, this is the quick chart. We are using quick chart, and within that we are having the history. We are showing the income and expenses, and the income is going to be blue in color, expense is going to be red in color. That is visible in our email. So I think that's doing good. And in the this is the monthly finance digest, so that will be the amount of submissions done in a month, while the weekly financial digest is talking about the submissions done within the week. So here definitely no income, but we have some expenses shown here. So yeah, I think that looks like the requirement that we have, images in the HTML body. Okay, we can then now successfully mark this as done. This has already been implemented for us. So I think for this video, this is definitely a 5 minute video. I would then maybe like today, because there's a lot of effort in doing that today. I think we can take a break on this, have this short video updated, and then we can continue working with the next one in the future. Or to be honest, I still have 24 minutes on the project, so let's continue with it. Let's improve our application more. Let's do that. Let's spend our half an hour productively for this case. So now it says attachment export, attach a CSV file with recent transaction history. Are we doing that? Are we attaching a CSV file? We are not. No, we are not attaching a CSV file. So with the recent transaction history. Now, do I see that in the code as well? Do we have attachments? Actually, yes, there is a paid user version, and in the paid user we have the AI tips. Actually, let me control F. Attach CSV only for paid users. Okay, so now I am a paid user in this case. In my email, I should be on Monday I might get an email. So in this email, as you can see, we have this, and we have a history.csv attached to this email. So I think this is something we can yeah, we can look into. Yeah, so as you can see, we do see a CSV history CSV file that would be attached. And as if you can look at the code, in the code we are saying that attachments, we are going to say if we have a paid user, that logic is given here. Let's see where that logic is coming from. It should be coming from the database. So yes, user paid user, name paid user. So I would go to the database and I would say active, and then paid user becomes true. Yeah, this is the flag that actually, let's see, let's edit this one. So let's look at the logic behind it. Edit column, and then we should have a logic on it. By default it is false, and then description. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, we have it true over here. So I think mostly what it's going to do here is it's going to check the subscribe status. If it is active, it is renewed or something like that, then we will have a true here, and that user becomes true, and that would be the paid user boolean column within it. And then within the code we would get the paid user logic for us to, or we are selecting the paid user column entry for the given user, for the given user ID, to get the users, and then determining if he's a paid user or not. If he's a paid user, then we are changing the suggestions, and then also we are doing an attachment. We are attaching the CSV, where we would call the function to convert to CSV and pass in the history, and that history will be converted into CSV in that function. So we can go to the definition, and within this definition of converting CSV, we would then we would create header lines, and then we would have that CSV created as a comma separated value. Okay, I think that this logic is within the digest. Just confirming if this already also exists within the, let me see if this exists within attachment. There is, see, yeah, here also we have the paid user logic, and we have the, so both monthly as well as weekly we are having that facility available for the paid user. So well, let's confirm that, and then digest email weekly, monthly. Then in this also we are going to give submission history attachment in digest emails. Oh, this one, okay. Okay, now I think we need to update a little bit. Let's do that. Paid features, right? Let's control F, we search for here. paid features. And then over here, when we come over here, we have the paid features. So we have digest email weekly, and we have digest emails. So instead of weekly, because we are mentioning here that we have all the features from above, let me just make it monthly, which is an extra thing. And then over here also I am going to say priority support no. I would say, oh, this is important, as we have a feedback page for available for them also. So we have a feedback page, right? Priority support, that's, yeah, that's going to be the priority support. And then no, we are not giving early access to new features. What we are doing is a financial history submission attached to emails, to newsletters. Okay, so this one I'm going to say give me an icon, update icon. We are going to use Copilot, and we would say this update icon for given text. So we see an attachment icon now. Okay, accept. Let's accept this. We have the attachment icon. So this way we have updated the homepage.txt. We have the attachments available. We still have charts. I think the charts are visible in the emails. I think these ones are available for both the paid as well as free users. And here we are just having a one line AI powered one line financial suggestion. Over there we would have a AI powered long term short term. So I think, yeah, I think that's good enough. So let's commit this. Updated new paid feature. So we made some changes here. If we look at the changes file, we removed the weekly because we are already doing it for all the users, made it only monthly. Then we have priority support, which is kind of a replacement to submit features, bugs and security concern. So yeah, what we can do is we can remove that. It can be redundant information, so we would say priority support. We would make it more what you call umbrella term. We can use an umbrella term saying priority support instead of requests, bugs and security concerns. Actually, if you think about it, we do not need, I think I think it's like a subjective thing. Should we think about priority support as an umbrella term, or should we be more specific of what the feature does? I would prefer doing a more umbrella term of priority support. This kind of makes the paid user feel a bit more important and more lucrative to become a paid user. So I think that's good. We have added this too. We have removed few things. So I think we should be good to commit. And we have a comment. We would commit and sync now. Quickly we'll check the deployment. Let's go to the deployments and let's refresh. Sorry. Yeah, around 36, right? I remember when we started, the whole app used to get deployed in about 20 seconds. Now it's 40 seconds. So yeah, as we add more features into the application, add more pages and components, we'll start seeing more build um, times for this. So right now at 36, and we can refresh. This one's going to, yeah, 42. This one went to 42. If we are on this page, I don't see much changes, but now when I refresh it, I do see priority financial history submissions attached to newsletters. And then we would have yeah, and then we would have weekly, monthly. Yeah, it's a bit more better to understand in that way. So with this way, what we can do is we can mark this attachment feature that we were thinking about as done. Now we can look at AI generated advice, include GPT based tips for say spending saving improvements. So if we can see if it is working based on what I had an idea about before. So we should be giving for a free account. So if I go into my free account and we go to the AI suggestions, we should be expecting a one line AI suggestion. And then we should be seeing a one line AI suggestion. However, if I go to a paid account, so I go to a paid account, and if when I go to the paid account and I go to the AI page, I see three suggestions. So one would be a short term, one would be long term, and the goals would be, we would have suggestions based on goals. How much progress are we making in terms of the goals that we have made? And over here we have the goals. We have a progress bar also available for us to see how much progress we have made against the goals. So this is good. I can check. I don't know if we ran something, but yeah, we can see in this paid account you can see short term, long term, and goal AI tip. However, if it's a free account, we would only get a weekly, right? So that would be to, I don't know if it is that my account or if it is Gaurav.Palande. Let's see. So these are the free ones. Here you would have the one liner for this. So you would get the one liner over here. But in the paid account, you should start seeing more detailed AI suggestions that we talked about. Does that reflect well in our website? So let's go to our home page. Let's sign out, and we would see, yeah, we can see AI powered, and we can see one line suggestion. So I think, yeah, this does help us get the relevant information, and enables us to uh, give different experiences based on user preferences. So even this one we can go ahead and we can mark this as done, AI generated voice. This is within the email newsletters, right? Yeah. Then we can see analytics. Log sends in email logs table with timestamp and response info. Monthly digest cron job, export PDFs in addition to CSV, HTML email templates for branding, and viewing email logs in UI admin dashboard. Okay, so this one is a complicated one. This one I will break. Let me break this down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 columns. 1, 2. Now select both of them, and then insert 2 rows. So we have 4 columns now. So what I'll do is I'll cut this and paste it here. Then I will remove this and paste it here, and I'll remove this, paste it here, and here remove this and paste it here, and over here we can reduce all this. Okay, this brings it down. Analytics, send log sends in email log table with timestamps and response info. This is a good point. This is something not for the customer, but this is something for the team, for the development team. I think this is a good idea. Do we have a table email logs? Yes, we have a table email logs. And what are we doing in that table? For the given user ID, we are giving a status of sent, and then we are sending a metadata that would be a JSON object. So let's view this JSON object. Copy cell, and let's view it somewhere. So let me get this. Let's open another cell, paste it over here, and this is a error null. So are we seeing all that currently, or is it just that row that I copied? So this is also error null. So data ID EC, and then I would have the created on. So we are having logs. Now let's understand how are we sending metadata. So for that, let's go to the code. So in the code, let me close everything. We don't need to look all. Let's have a clear template. Over here, let's search for metadata. Do we have metadata? Check out send digest is metadata, send monthly. So metadata is going to be json.stringify response. Now the response, what is the response? Resend email send to user email your weekly financial digest HTML content attachment if we have any attachment. Now resend.email.send. So this one may not, we have a response saved over here, right? So let's have this response. See, for this, for us to investigate on this, we will have to reproduce this. We can reproduce it right away. So let's do that. Let's reproduce this and let's see what response is being saved in the database. So today's date, we don't have anything, and within the preference table also we have only 2 users, or actually it's going to be email send weekly email, right? There is only 1 user. No, there are going to be 2 users. So this one is going to be, so show suggestions. This one is going, there are 2 users with true as our, and for monthly, okay, so that would be gaurav.palande and that would be gapiscod@gmail.com. So these 2 users will have the email weekly digest and monthly digest. So let's do this. Let's look at email weekly digest first. So we would go to the settings, we would go to the cron job, and then we would do is we would run the send digest, which is going to be for the weekly ones. They are supposed to happen once a week. So let's run this and let's view the logs, and then we have live. We should expect some log entry now based on the application being run. Okay, I do see certain entries for logs, so I'm going to expand it and see what it is. Digest handler started, sent email to gapisgod@gmail.com, send email to ermanav2k5@gmail.com. So this account, I think this is a setup problem here. Manav, so true, two people want email weekly digest. So one would be the user ID 75D and the other one is E9D7. So E9D7, 79D and E9D7. So who is 75D is Manav and E9D7 is Gaurav. So I want to do D0A. I want to make these changes for D0A. So for the testing purposes, I will remove Manav, make him false. I will revert this back after we resolve the problem, and then D0A, we are going to make it true. So now I should expect two emails now. So I already got an email on my email. This would be the latest one today. This is the StingyHubby. This is the premium one. So since we send this across, we send to Manav as well. Let's see what do we see in the email logs table. In the email logs table, we are going to order by created date. So we are going to say order by descending. So the latest entry sent today, there were two entries sent today. That was for Manav and one more for Manav and one was for me, and they have their associated metadata. So metadata here is coming as error. So what I can do is, for my case, I can copy this and we can use ChatGPT suggestion. So let's see what we can do here. For Pennywise 2, we can say for my send digest logic, and I'm going to copy the logic for send digest. Metadata column in DB table email logs underscore logs is coming as. So when we go there, is coming as, we need to copy this. Copy, we're going to send it across. Please resolve issue. So let's see. We will give some time for ChatGPT to come up with a possible solution for this. Okay, the metadata is storing the entire recent SDK response. Because you are inserting response, JSON Stingify response directly, you want a cleaner, more useful record, normalize of what you store, email ID provider, and maybe a slim raw, and avoid double stingifying. Use lazy singleton for recent, say for universal functions. Normalize the recent response before writing to email logs, and then store this. So what we need to do is send digest. We would need to copy this code. Most of it is commented out, so I don't think it's commented out. It's mostly okay. So let's see what changes does it mention in this code. It's given the whole file. So let's copy this and go to the code, and we would paste it over here. Let's look at the differences. There are few differences. So it's looking at the environment, then it's going to change the Saving Resend. It's going to recent logs to make the change here, get the email logs, and it's going to status error and then history fetch. Then we are going to go to quick charts. There are some changes there. These are a lot of changes and a lot of movement here and there for a very simple, not a very simple, but a issue where we would just want to save some logs here. So I wouldn't be comfortable making this change. Control Z. Let's see. Copy. Let's copy this and let's send it across to GPT. Please do minimal change. Before I send this and the response is generated, let me read this. If you later add a recent webhook, you can update status in email logs to reflect delivered bounced events using message ID. For your metadata column is currently text. Either change it to JSON-B recommended or keep metadata stringify json.stringify send response. If you want, I would provide a matching something. So I did mention to do minimal support here. So this one is going to be, let me copy code. Did we, no, it's still developing this. So let me wait for this guy. Resend message ID. So if he's done a minimal change here, so let's paste it here and see what changes are there. Send digest, yeah, minimal changes, store only the message ID. Instead of the JSON stringify response, what we are doing is we are just sending the message ID. So what he says here is right now is just saving the message ID instead of the full data blob. If you later switch the column type to JSON-B, so right now our column type is JSON-B. So what we can do is when we switch to column type JSON-B, then and want the full provider payload, simply change that one line to metadata response. So I can see this one right now. Let's run this and then we'll be able to see what's happening there. We have made changes for Manav and myself based on the users preferences. So for Manav we are false, but for me and my both accounts it is going to be available. Let's run this. Let's go to settings, cron jobs, and let's run the weekly digest, sorry. Then view logs, live logs. And then we have the latest logs here. Yeah, send it to me, both of my accounts. And in the logs, I should be able to see email logs. I should be able to see send to me 2 accounts. And here I'm seeing the data, metadata, Still in error. Okay. ID, I can see an ID. So here I can see an ID, but I still see error null. So we will pause this for this video because we are past the 30 minutes. We did a lot of changes. However, we will continue our investigation in the next video. So please stay tuned for the next video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and also try to log in on the website to see how we can progress in making this application much better. Thank you for your time. Have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.